We will eat and then go out, right? Yeah. And you're giving me hot tea or something? Yes, good evening. Audio video test. Today everything seems to be going late. Thank you, Sip Rekha, Sip Alak. We are on a subject of discussion today, which is how does the false self of the ego affect the spiritual journey? How does the false self of the ego affect the spiritual journey? So that's our discussion today. I hope you can see me. I hope the Wi-Fi is not troubling like it has been doing. Sip Atman Rekha, Achla M. Sip and Alak, Sip Anand Krishna, Anil Soni Asim, and Atma and Manisha, Sip Atma and Revati, Atma and Saptarishi, Atma Tray, all Atmas, Sip Bliko and Bliss and Chidanand and Gigi and Harshal and Krishna and Malati and Nemsom and Pix. Pix, कैसे हैं आप? सिप राजानंद, सिप रेणुका, सिप प्रकाश, सिप ज्योति, Sip Sita, Siva, Sridhara, Sachiv, Sip Sagai, Samatma, Siba, and Simi, Sip Suresh, Soham, Sukhi, and Sunita, Sip Supriya, Yogini, Avi, Girishanand, iPhone, Atman, Chotwani, iPhone, Realme, Sip Siji, Siri, Atmanand. Come on, let's go. How does the false self of the ego affect the spiritual journey? Are we ready? Yes. NP. Who's starting?
Pranam, sir.
Pranam, bolo.
Sir, I feel that mind and ego are the aspects जो हमारा कारण शरीर बनाता है, जो what I've learned from you, sir.
Come again.
The mind and ego are the ones which form the कारण शरीर, जिसके कारण हम बार-बार वापस आते हैं.
That's okay. But what? How does the false self of the ego affect the spiritual journey?
Sir, it makes when the false ego comes, we do the karmas which are not right, which are not the right. We stay in the mind state. We are completely full of desires and attachments, whether it's been property or it's people or it's money or and all those things. Those possessions lead us to those make us lead us to do some karma which are not good. And we are in mind state, definitely we'll do mistakes, we'll do some commit some sins. And वो जो आप chains की बात करते हैं, the लोहे की chains तो आएंगी ही आएंगी उसके साथ, that will be attached to it, and we can never be in consciousness.
लंबा आपने तो लंबा आंसर दिया है. देखें कि सप्तऋषि, lots of details has been told by our dear friend. Is there anything simpler? The medicine pouch. Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, the false self of the yes.
You're waiting for me. I'm waiting for you.
Sir, I'm waiting. I was waiting. Like you are adjusting something. Like.
No. I am always adjusting. Life is all about adjusting. Life is you must keep on adjusting what you are adjusting. Because if you don't adjust what you are adjusting, then you cannot adjust what is to be adjusted. So tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, the false self of the ego prevents us in our spiritual journey by one thing. What it does is it prevents us from the path of God realization. It makes us feel that we are separate from others, so we are not able to see God in all, and that affects our spiritual journey in a big way, and that is a big setback.
How? The question is, what you're saying is quite right. How? How does the false self of the ego affect the spiritual journey? How?
So it creates a different self who thinks that he is different from others, and he has a distinct identity, so which he has to protect. So he starts to fight for that, and he gets caught in the mind, all the negative emotions, and he starts to do bad karma. In this way, slowly he starts to shift away from the path of God.
Good. For a beginner, your answer is very good. Thank you. Very good. You're not a beginner. Actually, you are
Sir, yes, sir. Disconnected. Sir, you got disconnected, sir.
Just told me don't adjust. Now see, again became full adjustment. The connection got snapped off.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So Shivoham, thank you. Shivoham.
Shivam Sarji.
Yes, sir.
Sarji, the false self of the ego is the main obstacle towards spirituality.
Okay.
It is the main partition which separates you from the divine,
Why? Why do you say that?
because that false self ego makes you live in the I, me, and mine, not in neti neti tattvamasi, the what that. That's the main object, Sarji.
Why you all are making it complicated? Why can't you make this subject simple?
You can make it simple by uh, it is like a Saji, like when you're walking your own shadow,
See,
you follow your own shadow.
see how complicated you're making it. See how complicated you're working your own shadow.
If you throw light on it, it will disappear. You have to dissolve the ego.
How does the false self of the ego affect the spiritual journey?
It will not let you to know that you are that.
Why?
Duality, sir. It
Why?
separates you from the God.
Okay, good. Anand Krishna, let us see. I hope I'm not making a mistake. My signal went off and on. So if I'm making a mistake, correct me. But I'm free. I think next is Anand Krishna, then there is Samatma. And Sukhi and Zoom user. Krishna Atmanand. I hope the order is correct. Come on. Anand Krishna, are you there? Unmute हो रहा है?
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, sir. Pranam, sir.
Pranam, bolo.
False self of the ego spiritually adversely, because when you are not ये गाना भजन है आपका, सांसों की माला में सुमरू में शिव का नाम, प्रभु और अपने बीच है पर्दा, यह जो है अहंकार, अहंकार जो छोड़ा तो मिल गया भगवान. तो बेसिकली कहीं ना कहीं ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन पैदा कर रही है. इट इज ऑब्स्ट्रक्टेड इन स्पिरिचुअल.
वो कैसे? हाँ, वो कहीं ना कहीं जो कर रहा है, क्यों कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, somehow.
Because we are not realizing our true identity, self-realization we cannot do.
Can you please all of you give the answer as me? How does my false self of the ego affect my spiritual journey? Bolo, abhi bolo.
Your spiritual journey, because when you leave the false ego, then you are enlightened, awakened and enlightened.
Have you left ego?
You have left the false ego. You have left the false ego. Your ego is enlightened.
आपका ego?
Still no, most of them resolve, लेकिन sometime it comes. Sometime it comes. Sometime in the month or one time or two time it's come. Otherwise it resolve.
Samatma, today is a very interesting call. As I told you, every call is given by SIP. That's why I tell you all, prepare for the call. Before 8 o'clock message comes to you, prepare the call, prepare your question, come to consciousness, be ready. Match is going to start. Then when the match starts, every ball matters. In a match, every ball. Huh? Come on. Samatma, how does the false... I've given you one idea. You can use it for your own self. Yes, Samatma.
Shivoham, I love SIP that manifests as all the divine souls here. As long as the false ego is there, the mind is also present. And so it will not allow me to even cross the first step of spiritual journey, that is awakening. Because, and the person is stuck in BME. because this does not allow the person to go forward, because that I is there, and the ego and mind together will always pull you down. You cannot go to on the ladder of enlightenment unless you overcome this.
How does it affect your spiritual journey?
I cannot go forward on my spiritual journey if my false ego is there.
Why?
Because unless the ego is curbed, I cannot go above awakened state or enlightenment state.
Okay, good.
It
I
is the
don't know.
biggest obstacle in our way.
What is it? What is it? How is it creating an obstacle?
Because I feel I am separate, I am other person is separate, and I don't even realize that I am SIP and everyone else is SIP.
That's a good answer. That's a very good answer. Suki, I'm trying to get simple stuff out of you today. Simple stuff, very simple, simple. How does the false self of the ego affect my spiritual journey? If I was Ravi, could I have become your mentor? How could I become your mentor if I was Ravi? I had to be Atma in Ravi. I have to be Atma in Ravi. And now there are so many Atmas in this call. So many Atmas. So many Paramatmas. I see so sip, 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 Sukhi. Bolo sip, Sukhi.
Shivam, sir, I bow down to you and all the SIP in this call.
Yes.
Because I'm not able to drop the mind, the ego comes into way where there is doership, where I say it is I, there is judgment and all that. That is the reason I need to drop the mind completely, where I'll be able to enlighten my ego. That will help me to evolve in my spiritual journey.
So forget the mind today. Let's not talk enough of mind. Today we are not talking of mind. Nobody is allowed to talk about mind. Only ego. How does the false self of the ego, only ego, affect the spirit? Affect the my spirit? Is the ego affecting your spiritual journey? I'm asking you.
It will give small hindrances because somewhere there is mind,
Again,
and that
see,
is
again,
the ego.
your mind doesn't want to leave you. I told you not
No,
allowed to use the
no.
word mind.
I mean to say, where there is some kind of doership is there. When I completely accept each and every one as SIP, and there is no duality.
Okay. Zoom user. Who's Zoom user?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Zoom user. Thank you, Suki. We are going to crack this. Damn it. The subject is so simple. Who's Zoom user? Administrator, unmute. Okay. If there's no Zoom user, I'll keep it unmuted, Krishna. And after Krishna,
Yes, sir.
Atman. थोड़ा
Yes,
simple
sir,
कर दो please.
Krishnoha.
Simple बताओ. हाँ, simple बताओ.
Sir, Krishnoha. So if you
Krishna.
have the false ego, you are the body, mind, ego, then you have anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, pride, greed, and selfishness. Then how will you evolve in the spiritual journey with the seven monsters? And then you always say, if I see myself as Krishna, I am bonded, I have the triple suffering, and I have not transcended my karma. I am bonded, I am the prisoner of people, pleasure, and possessions. So my spiritual journey has not started if I am in a false ego. So unless you break off, unless you enlighten your ego, move on to the next, I will not progress in my spiritual journey.
Good. That's the simplest answer we have got up to now. How can I go forward in the spiritual journey if I think I am I?
I have not started the question of inquiry, who am I?
You have started, that's why you reached the point of saying, I'm not Krishna, I am the. So I'm saying,
No,
what
if
about.
I'm in the false ego, if I'm
Yeah.
still in the false ego, then you have not even thought of. I'm saying from the false ego perspective.
So, I'm trying to help the group today. I'm helping the people in the Zoom call today understand what does the false ego do? Help me, please. I'm asking a simple question because the question is saying how. Answer my question. How does the ego, false ego, so forget about the false, make it simple. How does the ego affect spiritual journey? I'm making the question very simple. How
The
does the
basic
ego?
understanding is the seven monsters of anger, hate, and the ego is standing tall. No, it is creating a wall. How am I? I have to break that wall and that ego fall, and then only I can move forward. No, and then I have
Good.
to transcend this.
So you have given the answer. How you are saying because of the seven monsters. This is your my understanding of your thing, which is a new thing. But is that the main issue? The ego
My false
is it?
identity.
That is a better answer. But you're given two
My
answers now.
false identity because I'm appearing as Krishna. When I'm Krishna, I'm appearing as Krishna.
Okay. So Atmanan, let's thank you. We are moving forward. Let's see where we are going to reach today. As I told you, Sip speaks through some of you.
Sir, namaste.
So
I'm sorry.
namaste.
I was the Zoom user. I didn't
Don't
realize the name
don't
had
don't be
changed.
sorry. Don't be sorry. Please continue.
Yeah. Sir, almost the same answer. The false self of the ego brings forth the seven monsters, which are all negative in nature. And in an effort to preserve your identity, you constantly fall into the same trap.
See, let me tell you one thing. I want to make a point clear. The seven monsters of the ego do not affect your spiritual journey. They affect your worldly journey.
Mhm.
They destroy your worldly journey. They really torment. Because if you are living with anger, hate, revenge, jealousy, pride, grace, you are. But even if those seven monsters you are able to tame, still your ego does not allow you. Because Krishna said the second answer, which I like, the false identity.
Mhm.
That false identity affects our spiritual journey. My question, how? How does the ego affect our spiritual journey?
Yeah, I think I have to think about it. The path, spiritual path means to let go of these tendencies, right? And enlighten the ego.
Okay, then
Hmm.
sometimes I take it for granted that everything is so clear to all of you. And then I start thinking I'm a fool.
No, no.
Because I can't take it for granted. No, that's why I said these questions. See, these questions are coming from Sim. No doubt, these seven monsters, as I said, according to me, are they affecting my spiritual journey or are they affecting my everyday life journey?
I thought they're affecting the spiritual journey, but now you're saying it only affects
If you
the.
think about it, anger, hate, revenge, jealousy,
Yeah.
that's spoiling my family life, that's spoiling my friends, that's spoiling my peace, that's giving me bad mood. Why should I
Yeah.
get how is that affecting my spiritual journey?
Because you're forgetting that you are the Atma, right?
Ah, so that is, I mean, there are two problems with the ego. Atmanand, there's one problem, the ego is creating hell in our worldly journey. And the second problem, the ego is creating hell in our spiritual journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And who said that beautifully? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Anand Krishna said something very beautiful. So sometimes Anand Krishna, sometimes I wonder, क्या कुछ हाँ कुछ पी के आए आप क्या कुछ हाँ अब स्मोक करते हैं क्या आनंद कृष्णा कुछ स्मोक करते हैं क्या हाँ कुछ भी स्मोक नहीं करते पक्का है ना हाँ मैं तो डर जाता हूँ इसे आंसर देते मैं तो डर जाता हूँ कभी आत्मानंद
नहीं नहीं
ओके ओके ठीक है आत्मानंद
Yeah,
मैं
sure.
तो हाँ मैं आपको मजाक कर रहा हूँ हाँ
Yeah, so the false ego creates the false identification, which
correct
prevents us from. So as long as that identification is there, SIP is not there. Because you have that Hindi bhajan, right? Prem gali ati sakari. If only one can exist, either I can exist or SIP can exist.
correct
And so, as long as this I, false I exists, SIP cannot exist, then that is the biggest bottleneck of spiritual journey, right?
how simple the answer is how simple the answer is Krishna gave the start, false identity. How does the false identity affect the spiritual journey? Now, Atmanand is given one aspect. One aspect. What? He said, If I exist, SIP cannot exist. But like this, there are 10 more aspects. There are not one, there's 10 aspects. And beautifully, one sixer he has hidden. One sixer. Are there anything more you want to hit?
No, and also then it also prevents us from SLS, right? Seeing everybody as SIP, loving.
Why?
Because when I exist, I think only I exist and others are different, right?
So what's the problem?
No, I mean, I'm not able to see SIP in them.
So what's the problem? If somebody is a donkey, somebody is a donkey, no? What can I do?
No, then that is the bottleneck of spirituality, right? We need to see everybody as SIP. That is the major.
Even donkey. Even donkey.
Yeah. Yes. You only say, no, it's not DOG, it is GOD, right?
Okay, I'm trying to see थोड़ा weak हो जाएगा तो थोड़ा मैं थोड़ा weakness extract करूं. Okay, good Atmanand. Asim, let's give others a chance. Okay, you got the crux of it. So remember, we are now saying the false ego, the ego affects our worldly journey when it creates pride, greed, and selfishness. Then, because of that worldly journey, it starts affecting also our spiritual journey. And spiritual journey is not about angry. Anger reveals the false ego. Anger, hate, revenge, jealousy reveals false ego. But it has something beyond. It doesn't help me realize God. God dwells within in the temple of my heart. How can I let my ego destroy God? So God is in me, right? The ego. So this is where we are. We are going to Asim. Yes, Asim.
हाँ, प्रणाम। अपने आप को मैं अलग मानना, अपने आप को चारों ओर दीवार पर खड़ा कर देना और अपने आप को बेहतर मानना, तो आगे का किसी ओपन नहीं है, क्लोज अपना चारों ओर, इसलिए वो स्पिरिचुअल में आगे नहीं बढ़ता है। जिस तरह बकरा मैं करता है और उसका क्या हालत होता है, वैसा ही अपना हालत होता है। वो अपने यानी दुनिया में अपने छोटे में वो कैद रहता है, इसलिए स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी में आगे नहीं बढ़ता है।
Okay, good. Let us see some more thoughts. Simi, let me hear Simi. Yes, Simi. Unmute Simi.
Shivoham, sir.
Yes, Shivoham, bolo.
Sir, this prevents the false ego prevents in our spiritual journey in way, like I would like to say, it does not let us realize ISIS because it feels like I am the only, there is nobody, like I am the superior, or so there is no question of knowing that who am I. It does not let us go to ISIS part. And one more thing I'd say, it brings pride. Because I am the superior, and so that is why it blocks our spiritual journey to realize the soul and to realize the self.
So lamba story, simple story. God's will, what you're saying is not wrong. But how will somebody in this call understand what actual answer, like I tell you, actual answer is 5 words, 7 words, 8 words, 10 words.
Yeah.
You know, you know what is the answer? How does the false ego affect spiritual journey?
It let us not realize the soul.
Maximum 7 words. Maximum 7 words. Nowadays, it's become my 7 words has become my favorite. I don't know where Sip brought this new thing. God's will. How does the false ego affects my spiritual journey? And Simi said correct. Many people are saying correct, but tell it in clear words. Black cat. Is black cat there? Okay, Bliko.
Hello. Shivam, love you all. I think it's
Yes,
mine.
sir.
So, in the picture, I can see that when there is a journey, you need, when you carry load, how can you do the journey? The ego
Good.
is a big load,
Good.
which can, slow down or maybe stop your journey in spirituality. Same like journey, you need less luggage. If you have more luggage, you will have more trouble and the journey will become difficult. So the
It
journey
can
will be
stop.
difficult.
It can destroy.
Destroy. Yeah, it can destroy. Yeah, it can stop. So it is like, you have a chain on your leg and you want to run. That chain will not let you run longer and you will fall down. So this ego is like a very nice equation. We have man minus false ego is equal to SIP. So as long as there is ego is standing like a wall, you will never see the reality of
Beautiful.
your true nature.
Beautiful answer. As long as ego is there, the ego stands like a wall. Unless it cannot have a fall, you cannot see SIP in all. I've given you all rhyming lessons, right?
Correct.
So the ego becomes a wall.
Yeah,
How does
your
ego fall?
bhajan is there. खुद को छोड़ा तो मिल गया मुझको भगवान. खुद को
That's what
छोड़ने के लिए false ego has to go.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know whether I'm finding why are we struggling with such a simple topic is my question today. Let us see where we are. Okay, let's go forward. Because this ego, this ego will make you go to hell.
Go to hell.
This ego will actually make you go
To
to
hell.
hell. Chalo. Achla.
Shivoham Guruji. False ego will not let me be in consciousness, and when we are not in consciousness, we cannot move upwards in our spiritual journey. We will have.
Why everybody's getting cut? I can see. Can you hear her? Oh, she got cut. Got cut? Like this or like this? I thought Iceland is having a problem. Okay, let Ashla come back. Sridhara. आपका connection कट गया. Ashla, please off your video and try again. Sridhara, please stop till then.
Shivam Guruji.
Yes, sir.
Guruji, the false ego hides our true identity, Guruji, soul identity, Guruji. But when ego become less, a person feels more peace, love, and bliss, connecting with everything, Guruji.
So therefore, how does false ego affect spiritual journey? Tell me.
Means, Guruji, the false ego hides our true identity, Guruji. The false
No,
ego hides.
peace, love, and bliss. You're coming back to a worldly journey, not spiritual journey.
When ego become less, Guruji. When ego become less, a person connecting with everything, Guruji.
Shivoham. Okay, let me see. Shivoham.
Sarji.
Yes, sir.
Sarji, it's like a short example. Ashok is ego. Shivoham is the divine. Neti neti tatvamasi, thou art that. I am that.
Then
if I live as Ashok, I am living in ego. It ejects God out. If I live neti neti thou art that, then there is no problem.
So how does the ego affect? I'm only taking 3 words from you. It ejects God out. But I don't know whether you understand what you say. How does it affect you in your life? Tell me in your life, how is it affecting you?
The ego affects me like it robs of my consciousness. It will not make me live in the present moment.
The ego does not rob your consciousness. The ego does not rob your consciousness. I have not taught you. Have I taught you all ego robs your consciousness? Have I taught you this? Mind robs consciousness, not ego.
So, suppose we have ego, then we'll not be in consciousness, Sarji.
You can be fully in consciousness with ego.
With ego.
You can be fully in consciousness. I am Ashok. Every Deepavali, I know how many dry fruits I buy, how much 1 kilo, how many pistas, how many kajus in the box. I remember clearly in consciousness. You remember or no?
Those things, we remember those things in daily life.
But you are telling you are not having consciousness means you are in nasha. Not
But
having consciousness means jhum barabar jhum sharabi. Kali gata hai. That jhum barabar means that's a different thing.
ego ejects God out.
Okay, वो तो आपने अब बच गए. Siri, बच गए. You escaped. I think Siba next, is it? Siba
Siri.
is the order, right? Siba,
No.
Simi, Siri.
No. I am Siri.
Okay, Siri, come on, speak. Then Siba, I think next. What's the order? Please, administrator, what's the order? Quickly tell me. Siri, start speaking.
Yes, Shivam Guruji. This song, I think it is इंसान का पाप क्या है, पापों का बाप ये है, इंसान भगवान है लेकिन समझता इंसान है. So we don't realize that we are God, and that is the thing, and only sip is, so that is a false ego which affects our spiritual journey.
Good answer. Very good answer. You are थोड़ा घुमा फिरा के song में बोला, लेकिन good answer. So Siba, थोड़ा you could have song बोल दिया. Answer is in the song, but I understand. Others won't understand. Siba, Simi, Girishananda, Chidanand. I hope my order is right.
It's
Yes.
Girishanand, Chidanand, Atmanin Mohan.
Yeah, and before that, Siba and Simi, right? Or no?
No, it starts from Girishanand.
Okay, Girishanand and come on, start Girishanand.
False ego makes us believe that I am this body and mind. That creates a hurdle in the spiritual path.
Good. How?
We are trying to overcome this illusion that I am this body and mind. On top of that, if the false ego continues, then Shravana Manana Nididhyasana will become lesser effective. And 4 doors will remain closed.
What you say, answer is 100% correct. Your thesis is also 100% correct. What is only missing is how does it affect?
Actually, we need to first at least believe that I am the Atman. Then the progress starts.
Agreed.
The stronger the ego will prevent us by at least believing that I am the Atman.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what you're saying is correct, but only, how to say, means everything is correct. They gave the pizza to me, everything they gave, but they didn't give the fork and the knife to cut. Now I don't know how it's hot pizza. I don't know. 1 minute to eat, no knife, no fork. How to cut the pizza? Now that's
that false ego itself. That false ego itself, we are trying to enlighten. That ego is me. That is the confusion. That
so how does
actually that ego has nothing to do with me. When it is a false ego, I think ego is me. That is the destination, I think.
Yeah. You said it affects your spiritual journey. You thought 1 or 2 or 3. That's all, or there's something beyond? There is something beyond that. Stopping Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana can be also the mind, which we don't want to talk about. This false ego that says, I am Girish. That's why you are not Girish, you are Girish Ananda. There's a difference between Girish and Girish Ananda. What's the difference?
Girish Ananda keeps the God inside. It will not edge the God outside.
Correct.
If I am just Girish, then ego will be very stronger.
Tell me, what is the difference between, now I forget about you or all this, tell me fresh paper I'm asking you. What's the difference between Girish and Girish Ananda? What's the difference?
Girish Ananda is the recognition that I am the soul. in soul consciousness and SIP consciousness,
Let me tell you how I look
while
at it.
still recognizing that Atma is in the body.
Okay, my understanding is Girish is Girish. But when the Girish has Ananda, then he becomes Girish Ananda. And Girish can only have Ananda when Girish is gone. If Girish is not gone, then all the problems of the ego come. But with your permission, we go to Chidanand one more step forward. Let us ask Chidanand, what do you feel? Chidanand, you are also in that realm of the worldly sense, or you are where are you?
Shivam Guruji,
Shivam,
I am
sir.
nothing. False ego creates a false identity, doesn't make us realize I am nothing. Then how can I be everything? How can I live in universal consciousness? And the whole spiritual journey is to attain that final stage of I live in universal consciousness. I become one with self. Unless if there is no false ego, then you live as if you are not, you are nothing. So unless, as long as false ego is there, you will never realize I am nothing. And that is the biggest hurdle in the spiritual journey.
So what you're saying is 100% right. Very good, right? Let's see Atma and Mohan. What Chidanand said gave the answer with the walnut inside the shell.
Good evening,
Yes.
sir.
Good evening.
No. Yeah. No, if I have a false ego means, that, I have not been able to kill my ego. That means, that, I have not been able to enlighten my ego with the right kind of inputs. So unless,
Yes,
I
sir.
have,
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
have,
sir.
the right kind of inputs
Yes, sir.
from a Guruji like you, I will not be able to kill my ego, and annihilate the
Guruji,
ego.
today Guruji becomes useless, sir. Guruji becomes completely useless because Guruji has not been able to teach simple thing to you. Guruji becomes Guruji becomes garbage ji. Guruji becomes
नहीं सर
garbage.
ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता है जी.
Guruji becomes garbage. If I am not able to explain simple thing to you, then I am garbage ji, not Guruji.
नहीं सर ऐसा मत बोलिए आप पे. मैं हाथ
नहीं,
जोड़ के
नहीं.
बोलता हूँ आपको मैं. लेकिन मेरा कहना यही है जी कि unless we are in a position to enlighten our ego with right kind of inputs, there won't be any further progress, in spirituality.
No, what you all
Isn't
are
it,
saying
sir?
is correct. But what you're saying is correct. I want you all to know in simple way, how the ego kills my spiritual journey. What does it do? Ashok Shivoham gave an answer, but he doesn't answer. He doesn't give the answer, I think, understanding what the answer. He gave a very good answer. The ego ejects God out. He gave a very good answer. Shivoham.
Guruji, what I feel, if we are under the spell of, false ego, there won't be any further progress, in spirituality. It is as simple as that, unless, we are enlightened.
Atmanan told you all in very simple words. The ego creates I on a road where two people cannot exist, only I or God. If I comes, God is not there.
Yeah, right, Jay.
So
absolutely right.
This is what you should, many of you in this call, you are happily living with your ego. Many of you are living happily. You are happily living with your ego, thinking, oh, I can tell you, I know highly qualified people in this call. Highly qualified people in this call holding on to their ego, thinking I am everything. I am nothing. I am, damn it, nothing. If I am telling you, if my brain, one small nerve in my brain goes wonk like this, I will become a donkey in front of you. I will not be able to answer anything to you.
Right.
Let's try. Thank you, Rajkumar. Let me see how much time we have got. We have got 18 more minutes. Let's try. Rajkumar, jaldi bolo. Kya hai? Fall ego. How does ego affect spiritual journey? Yes, sir.
Shivam Guruji, I have three answers. First, we have learned I am not body, I am not mind, I am enlightened ego. So, if ego is not enlightened, that means mind appears. ego is
No, no.
subset of mind.
Aage. Next
Once,
answer.
once,
Next answer.
once. Oh, so you are not in consciousness. Once you are not in consciousness, so definitely you cannot have enlightened journey. That is one answer. Second answer is once you are ego, then you have all seven monster. So once you have seven monsters,
That answer is
then
already
you
over.
will not have peace.
Next answer.
No,
See, when you
I
don't
want
come
to
at,
add.
when you don't
I
come
want
in
to
the
add.
call in the beginning,
No,
then you
no,
get missed. Ha.
no.
Answer. All these are
I want
finished.
to add to
Okay.
this. No, no. Once there is no peace, peace is the basic for the enlightened journey. Number two. Number third point. Third point is once you are having false ego, that means there is a duality. And once you are duality, that means it's not oneness. That means you are not on a spiritual journey.
No, what you're saying is all correct. But it's not answering today's question. Sachiv, answer the question in maximum 10 words. I'm only allowing you all to answer the question in 10 words. Sachiv?
Shubham, Guruji.
Bolo.
It has to be man minus ego. Then only the ship or God will come. When we say, when we say, जब मैं था तो हरि नहीं, जब हरि है तो मैं नहीं.
Correct.
प्रेम गली अति
All
साकरी.
this, I
तभी
told you,
होगा
when
वो.
you come late to the call, already Atman is giving this full answer.
I I was in office, so I'm attending the call, but
So tell me, so therefore what happens?
So-
After what we said, therefore what happens?
आप जब तक ईगो रहेगा सर तो वो कर्ता फॉर्म में रहेगा ना, डिवाइन इंस्ट्रूमेंट नहीं बनेगा. डिवाइन इंस्ट्रूमेंट
Krishna.
बन जाएगा तो खत्म है.
Let's try. Krishna Saptarishi Prem. Come on, let's try. Let me see if you all, who speaks through whom. Yes.
Sir, I means ignorance and it makes me spiritually blind. So I will never surrender to the divine will.
Beautiful. Then, uske aage?
You said only 10 words.
No,
I had written more. I had written more, but
Okay, read
I thought
another 10 words. Uske baad all 10 words read.
ego carries karma. So you'll be caught in the cycle of birth and rebirth. How will you move spiritually?
All this is correct. What is the last line you wrote? Is there a last
And
line
the
you wrote?
last, what really came to my mind was your esteban. I am the soul trapped in body, ego, mind. Are you realizing this? That's ego.
And the other is Esteban?
I am the soul, transcending ignorance of the body, ego, mind.
Good. You would like the answer today. Sip gives the answer through me or through somebody else. Saptarishi.
Sir,
10 words.
Sir, the ego hijacks our worldly journey. This inevitably destroys our spiritual journey.
Absolutely. I'm asking how. Premchandji, I'm asking that already I'm telling. That's in the question. How? Premchand, Simi, Eru, Siba. Chalo.
There is a saying, very old saying. Gurudev, there is a saying, old saying, प्रेम गली अति साकरी उसमें दो न समा है. या तो वो रहे या मैं रहूं, या तो वो रहे या मैं रहूं. अगर जब तक मैं है तो वो नहीं रहेगा, मैं के साथ वो नहीं रह सकता.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही है. तो how does it affect spiritual journey?
आपको मैं को निकालना पड़ेगा. मैं का मतलब क्या है? ईगो, jealousy, frustration, all the राग द्वेष सब ईगो के साथ हैं. और ये so long your desire is there, the ego will continue to be there. So first of all, you have to live a very desireless life. So there will be no ego. And though no ego, so he would automatically be inside.
Okay. Good, Premchandji. Wait, that's Simi. Let's move. Simi and Eru. We have 12 minutes to go.
Sir, false ego does not let you transcend the karma because of the doership bhav. I am doing everything. So you always think.
Answer is correct. But when I'm talking about the answer, if you're talking from me, then you're not expecting 50% marks. You want 100% marks. What you're saying is what you're saying is absolutely right. And many of you, when Krishna said no, what she said is absolutely right. Absolutely right. But I want you all to go to the last step. I want you to go to the ultimate step. Eru? Yes, Eru. How does the ego affect the spiritual journey?
So false self of the ego stops us from realizing that I am.
Answer is 99.9% right. Answer is only 99.9% right. So I'll give you a chance to try again.
So it means that I am means I am the soul and Sip is the soul. And not just Sip is the soul, just like in the last call we had this example. It's not like ring says I am the gold, but gold is the ring,
Right
also
now,
the necklace,
right
also
now,
the chain.
right now, the false ego is stopping you from giving the right answer with one word wrong. What is the right? What is the answer? Try and change one word.
Pranam Guru.
Wait. हाँ, उसको 99.9% पहुंची है. Apostle try करने दो 99 point. हाँ, others know by now what the answer is, or you all don't know the answer. 99.9%. समझ में आ गया answer? Not yet. Repeat the answer. Come on.
False self of the ego stops us from realizing that I am.
Should I give the answer now, or you are going to try? You are that's 99.9% answer.
Let us try it. Let
Because what you say, I understand, but the group doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Answer is we have reached 99.9% right answer. Come on. SIP has given you everything, but आपका dedicated divine instrument is only 99.9%. तो आपको पूरा आंसर नहीं दिया. शिवा 99.9% बड़ा है. 99.9%. Come on, try करो.
अभी एरो ने 99.9 मतलब अभी मुझे whether I should speak or not, I am thinking गुरुजी.
बोलो जल्दी. छोटा बात करो.
हाँ ठीक है. False ego means pleasure, Guruji, and pleasure is equal to mind, Guruji. And spiritual journey.
Tomorrow. राजानंद अभी वो मजा चले जाएगा नहीं तो. राजानंद.
हाँ वो.
मैंने जो लिखा था शायद सिर्फ एरो ने शायद बोल दिया, बट स्टिल आई इन माय वर्ड्स में बोलूंगा. सर मैंने लिखा था अहम द फॉल्स ईगो strengthens the sense of doership and does it allow us to become nothing, and when we remain something, it affects the self inquiry, who am I, and it affects the real purpose of life, so we cannot achieve that spiritual goal.
ये तो कोई PhD समझ सकता है. मैं तो अनपढ़ गवार हूँ. मुझे इतना heavy सब्जेक्ट नहीं आता है. आत्मा एंड रेखा, I am uneducated person. आत्मा एंड रेखा बोलो. वो तो बहुत हाई बोल दिया. बहुत हाई.
The false ego is living as BME. So it is a hindrance to the higher self. It is the lower self, false ego.
Okay.
It doesn't make us realize the higher self, which is Atma.
So when you're going off the track, I go to the next person, Atma and Mohan. Because if you're coming on the track, I would let you continue. Atma and Mohan. I need 3 minutes to explain the answer. So
don't become a
will be
victim
the
of
last.
your own. In my opinion, sir, with your kind blessings, let me know whether I'm correct or no. Correct me if I'm wrong. That we should not become a victim of our own false ego. And by enlightening our ego, by killing the ego, and most of the times, we become a victim of our own false ego. I think that is the.
Okay. Atma Saptarishi seems to be excited. He wants to give the answer. Sip will give the answer to either me or you. I didn't know the answer when the call started.
Sir,
Yes.
So the false ego prevents us from realizing that Atman is Brahman.
Say it in English. Say it in English.
So, so so I am the so I and the whole universe is the same. The God in me
Rajkumar,
and the something like that.
I don't tell in English.
Yes, sir, I don't know English part.
You've taken the answer to 99.99. You've taken the answer to 99.99. Rajkumar.
So normally we say, I am soul, soul is sip. If I am soul, soul is sip, I am sip. If I am sip, so I am not ego basically. I am not I.
Correct. Atmanand, सुनो ध्यान से सुनो राजकुमार ध्यान से सुनो Atmanand 99.99 we have reached. If Atmanand you don't give, then Eru will make it 100%. So Atmanand, your chance 99.99. Atmanand.
The false ego prevents us from realizing that everything is that.
99.99. Eru.
Similar, I wanted to say, false self of the ego stops us from realizing that everyone is.
Simi, right now, Eru was 99.9. Saptarishi is 99.99. Simi.
The false ego prevents us to realize I am that.
Zoom user. Krishna last. I can't give after Krishna. Krishna will give the answer, I think, because if she is dedicated divine instrument, she would have given the answer. But first, Sony.
It prevents us from realizing that I am that and that I am.
Very good. Krishna, 99.99.
Sir, can I speak? Yes, sir. False ego prevents us from realizing Satyam Shivam Sundaram or Sip is in all. There is no separation. There is only
Last chance to Saptarishi and Eru. One more chance. Saptarishi and Eru. Give them, other I'm giving the answer and explaining. Unmute Saptarishi and Eru. 99.9, 99.99. Give your answer and try again. Who's speaking? Saptarishi or Eru? Speak.
I'm speaker.
Yes.
False self of the ego stops us from realizing only that is.
Saptarishi.
So the false ego stops us from realizing that the wave is the ocean.
Okay, you know the answer. Unfortunately, SIP is not giving you the answer. SIP is giving me the answer. I can't help you. False ego stops us from realizing that I am God. That I am God. That I am SIP. The false ego stops us. You are. Now don't say that. Again, you're saying that. Why you're saying that? You're creating, that means you're creating a question mark. 2 words I'm allowing. I was waiting for 2 words. False ego. The ego stops me from realizing I am God. The ego stops me from realizing I am SIP. If you want to use God, you want to use SIP, I accept. Now, those who want to question or discuss, you can. You have 4 minutes more. Anybody wants to clarify? The false ego, the ego or the false ego. Hello, you are God. You are God and you are not able to say, I am God. Because in this answer, you have to say, the false ego stops me. The ego stops me from realizing I, not am that. And this damn Saptarishi fellow told Atma is Brahma. The fellow told Atma is Brahma. I told him, fellow, only say in English. What, man? Your Hindi pass, English pass. What is your education?
What happened, sir? When I started to say in Hindi, as in English, when that I came, I got again worried that ego might have come.
I gave you 99. Eru brought 99.9. No,
yes,
99.9. I gave you 99.99. What did I say?
Yes,
what did I say? 99 or 99.99? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can speak. Speak. What do you want to say? After
when I
this, Sachiv,
started to
wait,
speak,
Sachiv, Bliko, Atmanand, Krishna, Rajkumar, Simi. We will stop at Simi. Up to Simi, we will give chance to talk. Yes, yes, speak, Saptarishi.
Sir, actually, sir, when I started to speak, when I started to speak, that you're telling I am God, sir. When the I, suppose when I started to speak out I, then again I got afraid that am I becoming the ego? So that's why I got that I should not use the word I.
You know who's doing this to you?
So the mind or ego?
No, the ego. The ego.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The ego is such a rascal. It's telling you, how dare you tell I'm God? The ego is telling you, shut up, you fellow. Shut up, you fellow. How dare you say you are God? Shut up, you fellow. But you are God, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The truth is you are God. That is the truth.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sachiv, quick comment, Sachiv. No discussion. Quick comment. Sachiv, Bliko, Atmanand. Krishna, madam. Well, Krishna, I want your comment. Yes. Sachiv, Bliko, Atmanand, Krishna. Yes. Why is not
Guruji,
unmuting?
when the answer I gave, was the same answer,
No,
जब
you may
मैं
have
था
given
तो
same
हरि नहीं,
answer.
जब मैंने बोला कि जब मैं था तो हरि नहीं था, हरि हूं तो फिर मैं नहीं हूं, मतलब I am
अरे वो
God.
तो Atmanan gave this answer in the first 5 minutes of the call. Bliko, that's the right answer, but I want you to say it in simple words, in clear words. Bliko.
No, I understand, because the man minus ego is, I told you, right? But we have to have that courage that I am God. That you want. That's I understand now. So I am God.
So
That courage is only coming after
tell me,
you false the ego.
Tell me, what does the ego stop you from realizing?
Realizing I am God, because
You are God.
that will stop you from that realization.
How many people have the courage here to say I am
Yeah.
God?
Well, see, after coming to 5 years, we cannot say that. So forget
No,
all
because
others.
because your ego is not permitting you to say
Correct.
it. Because your
100%.
ego is giving you in BME. The
Correct.
ego is killing your awakening.
Otherwise, it is open
Saptarishi
book
anymore?
question. Open book question, like.
Okay, Saptarishi, you want to speak? Otherwise, Simi, Siri, quickly. And Krishna
Yes,
Atmanan, before I close. Yes.
Sir, the solution for this is, sir, to keep on doing our practice, and one day we'll reach a state like you, and the ego will not be able to do this
The
to us.
solution is L10.
Yes,
the
sir.
solution is L10. Simi, Siri, Krishna, Atmanan, if Eru wants to say something before we close. Yes. Thank you, Saptarishi. You got 99.9. Yes.
Sir, I just wanted to say that IS, I have given answer, but
वो सब
I
भी
think
ठीक है. But see, why are you telling? Why? So no, I told you I want the answer in 7 words. Why I told like that? That is a complete clarity of enlightenment. When you all can give the answer to me in 7 words like this, that means you are enlightened. I have to see who's enlightened in this call. My job. It's
Yes,
my
sir.
job to watch who's enlightened. That's my job in this call. Okay, Siri. Unmute Krishna, Atmanand, Eru. Yes, Siri.
I sang the song in Hindi. इंसान का पाप क्या है? इंसान भगवान है. I should have told in English. Anyway, thank you. I understood it. Thank you, sir.
No, what you said was correct. See, but what I tried to, did I not tell you, try to explain? I told you to try to explain.
No, you told you could understand. You told it in Hindi. You sang the song, but.
So I wanted you tell me what's the answer, Siri.
Yes, that I am God. You have to tell I am Sip. That's all.
No, the
false ego does not allow you to realize that I am Sip.
To say,
or I am God, whatever it is.
Eru, Krishna, and Atmanand. Who's speaking first?
The answer is correct, because what you're telling is correct, because ego actually stops us from saying, how can I be God? How can I be Sip? Yeah.
That's why you use the word that. Why you use the word that?
Yeah, because that again creates separation somewhere.
No, not a separate. That creates confusion.
Yes.
Also, that means God. You obviously that means God only, nothing else. Why you said that?
Rather, I should say I am Sip.
Because of ego. Ego is stopping you from feeling you are God. Ego is stopping. Atmanand?
No, Shiv, Guruji, I got it actually. I think my realization was correct. Articulation was not correct. That's it.
But when you said that Prem Gali Ati Sakri, that means it. Absolutely.
No, I was
But,
telling that when I exist, God doesn't exist. So I have to say that no, prevents us from realizing I am God. So I got it.
but
I
why,
mean,
why did I insist on this answer? Do you know?
no, because the ego will prevent from using the word God, right?
The ego
Because
is
that
part.
is an indirect reference. So, I can go in a big crowd and say I am that. But for
And
me to go in a
Saptarishi,
big crowd
why?
and say I am God will be,
Yeah.
the ego will come.
And why I didn't give the answer to Saptarishi 99.9? Why I didn't give?
Because he used the little bit PhD word Brahman.
No, something else.
He said Atma is Brahman. He didn't say I am
Ah,
Brahman.
He said Atma, not Atma.
I am Brahman, he should have said.
Krishna.
No, but I think for a person, who has been less than whatever, I don't know, very few
But he's
status
coming from some other guru and some other where he will tell us tomorrow where he learned all this. He is hiding that. He has done some sadhana before. Where you can you unmute Saptarishi before you close. Krishna, your answer. Then Saptarishi did tell us where he learned all this. Yes. I didn't teach
Sir,
it. I didn't teach Saptarishi anything. Yes, Krishna.
Sir, yesterday, sir, when you were telling about
Wait, Saptarishi, wait. Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I completely agreed. But मुझे last में I was thinking of I am SIP, but last minute मुझे लगा I should not be there, so I changed to SIP is in all. But I completely agree.
वो कौन रोक रहा है आपको? कौन रोक रहा है?
Ego, पता नहीं ego है या mind है.
No,
I
it's
don't
the
know.
false ego, not the ego. That fellow is not letting you say, I am Krishna. You go to from today, you tell everybody, I am Krishna. Go tell everybody in your house. Tell all your friends, I am not this Krishna, I
Already
am that
say,
Krishna.
sir, I say that.
Then they all they accept.
बहुत पहले से ही Siva and all knows बहुत पहले. When I was completely ignorant also I used to say. But this I thought SIP is in all. Anyways, I agree completely.
Okay, Saptarishi, quick, where did you learn all this? And then we have
Yes, sir.
two more
Sir,
hands.
sir,
I want to close, but yes.
Yes, sir. Sir, yesterday, sir, that when the realization talk happened, sir, then I, came back and I started studying, sir, how to get realization. Sir, then I came
Hello.
across.
Wait. Who taught you before you came? You didn't learn everything from me. Who taught you what you have learned? From where you learned?
Sir, many books, sir. I'm reading spiritual books. It's a lot of books. That's why.
No particular guru or no particular person.
No, sir. Sir, you're a first guru, sir.
Then very good.
That's
very good.
Sir, then what happens, sir? I came across, sir, this concept of Nidhi Dhyasana, that you have to understand each word of the Guru. Sir, Manana is 10 times more powerful and Nidhi Dhyasana is 100 times more powerful. So then I came across this 5 Mahavakya. Then Atman is Brahman and I am Brahmasmi. So then I understood. Yes,
Good. Tomorrow. Quick comment. Samatma, quick comment. We have to close. 10 seconds. Quick comment.
So, Prabhu, I think maybe false ego will not allow us to give the right answer also.
Of course, Samatma. Of course, Samatma.
Shivoham, Ayodhya, I had said it does not allow me to realize I am SIP.
When you said?
When I spoke.
Yes, you said that.
In the beginning.
Then please check the YouTube and see how I slipped it. If you told, or you told it in a story of 120 things that you told. If you gave the answer is because the false ego does not stop you from realizing I am SIP, then the answer is right. Please check YouTube.
I said one or two things. I said one or two things before that, I think, and I said it in that flow that it doesn't allow me to realize I am SIP.
I'm curious to know if your exact word you use. Please check YouTube and send me the minutes of what time to what time. I want to see it again. But thank you for understanding and thank you for participating and thank you for being patient as I pull you and twist you. I take you and I pull you and I twist you and I turn you and I excite your ego and I do everything possible. But the goal is only to take you to liberation. My objective is only to take you to liberation, to take you to mukti, to take you to moksha. I have no other objective. With folded hands, I bow down to you.